morning. Welcome to Morning Chit with Eric Fell. I'm the host of Morning Chit with Eric Fell. Eric Fell. And boy, I got to tell you, I was going to say I'm feeling good, but my stomach just made a noise that I didn't care for. Switch Creed, that is never going to get old. That song is never going to get old. That is amazing. And I can't thank you enough. It's so awesome. It's, I hope your week has been going well. I've had a week. Well, I guess it's been 6 days since, the last stream. I got to say, I was a little grumpy my last week. I let the world get to me is what happened. There was a lot going on outside of all this awesomeness, and I kind of let it get to me. But now I'm, feeling pretty good, feeling pretty great. For a couple of reasons, except for, my stomach making those noises. I hope there isn't like I gotta go. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm just drinking some lemon water, lime. We're out of lemon juice. We're doing lime juice today. And, I'm actually just putting together the What's Up Me slideshow because I know it does sound like, a pirate or what's up me slideshow. But I'm just adding stuff to it right now because, there was some morning stuff I had to deal with. Admin mostly. How has, your week been? I want to know about your week. Tell me about your week. What you've been up to, what you've been doing, what kind of awesomeness is happening in your life. Now, the latency should be low, so I should be getting this, soonish. I should be getting it soon after you. The latency should be low, is what I'm trying to say. I have had coffee. Yes. Is it working? Oh, who can say? Well, you can say, because you can probably tell. Nothing new on your side of the pond, Switch Creed. Squibbles says, good morning. You're both going on 3 weeks of this cold. Now, Squibbles, does you mean like the sniffles, or do you mean the temperature? Because let me tell you, it is gorgeous outside. Spring has strung. Okay, maybe the caffeine isn't working. Spring has springed. And you look out the window, and it's gorgeous, but cold, which, by the way, used to be my Tinder bio. Oh, hey, it's my stream. Phlegm and a cough. I don't know why I sang it. But maybe that Squibbles is, maybe that'll make you feel a little bit better if you can, if you've got something you can sing, maybe, it'll make you feel better about having it. Phlegm and a cough, right? So it's kind of vaudevillian at the end, kind of vaudevillian at the end. That's going to be, on my tombstone. It's my stream. That joke was a crime. Maybe a plant can help solve that crime. What do you think? Do you think
Could a plant really identify a murderer?
A murderer of wordplay? That's me. Now the algorithm's not, because I said the M word. The other M word, of course, being Meta and Google held liable for social media addiction, and they got to pay through the nose. Oops. Who's got the offensive name now? Phlegm and a cough, right? You can do like for me, it's, I was honestly, Squibbles, you've never been to one of my shows that has trivia in it, but I almost sang about kidney stones to the tune of Uptown Girl by Billy Joel. I was very close to doing that. I shan't. I went. But yeah, if you can sing it, maybe it's not that bad. Yes, I heard about the. I almost called it Sora, not Sora. Laughter goes here. Oh, Switch Creed's got to reset a boiler. Luckily, that wasn't my Tinder profile. I don't know what it means. I don't know. I I can't tell you what that means, for I don't know. None of us understands, Frodo. None of us understands. Although I don't know if anybody. I want to know everybody's thoughts if you've heard the latest. How do we milk this thing because we've still got the rights to it? Lord of the Rings news. Which it was absolutely not on my bingo card. If anybody's heard about that, which I'm sure you have, because it's just file it under like, oh, what? Oh, okay. That's my the way I'm newsing it. So if you haven't heard, which I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure you have, there's another Lord of the Rings movie that's been announced. So it's not the cynical cash-in cartoon, and it's not the whatever the heck Andy Serkis is doing. It's another one that takes place during Fellowship of the Ring, as far as I know. And for a lot of it, it takes place during Fellowship of the Ring, basically in some of the chapters that weren't filmed. And the framing is, Sam and Merry and Pippin, and they go back and retrace their steps. I don't know. They go on like a nostalgia trip. Maybe they're doing like a Pray for the Wildcats kind of deal. That's right. I used Pray for the Wildcats. Switch, Mrs. Switch. That means a lot that you're saying that, and it is more than my pleasure to do that, and also Switch Creed is pretty damn cool. Don't tell him I said that, but he's pretty damn cool. Yeah. Thank you for being patient with him. I'm told that you were very patient with him when he was belting out the Morning Chit theme. So thank you for that. But yeah, this Lord of the Rings movie, it's like this kind of like in-between-quel. And I'm like, really? I don't know. That sounds like we're really, really stretching it. And then it's going to be written by Stephen Colbert. So that's, yeah. Squibbles is, I think this is the Tom Bombadil story. I think this is the one. They're going to do the Barrow Downs chapter, and they're going to do a couple other things. So I think Stephen Colbert, who frankly, I think Stephen Colbert should play Tom Bombadil. I think that would be pretty awesome. Yeah. But yeah, like they're gonna do so much of this. They're gonna keep doing it. I don't know if I'm gonna go see The Hunt for Gollum, but I do have a huge amount of respect for Stephen Colbert as a comic and as a person, and as a fellow fan of Neutral Milk Hotel. I don't know if you knew that. He's a big Neutral Milk Hotel guy. Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, well, he's got good taste in music. He's funny. Can he write a movie? Did he write the Strangers with Candy movie? I saw it, but I don't recall it. I do recall that I think I do recall Chris Pratt was in it, and that's off-putting. That is, I'm currently putting together the joy that is the what's up me. I got some fun pictures, and yeah, um, it's been a week, like I said. Other than the sniffles, because here's the thing: I was stuffed up for a few days. Like I'm just feeling better now. Like I'm feeling better, like about a week, where I couldn't record anything because I was so stuffed up. You could hear it. You could hear my plugged nose. So it was like I was recording riffs like this, and no, I couldn't do it. So I get to record the riffs. What did I say? I was recording riffs. Recording riffs today. Because I'm, like I said, I'm feeling better. I can kind of breathe through my nose, but it doesn't sound like I'm plugged up. And that was the big one for me, is that I didn't sound plugged up. It doesn't matter if I am plugged up as long as I don't. As long as you don't go, oh, those are the ones Eric recorded when he was sick. Squibble says you just posted a picture you took of Colbert riding a moose at the 2010 Olympics. My gosh, folks, if you don't know where Squibbles has posted, it is the Discord. I'm going to open up the Discord right now too. And I want to take a look at that picture. Do you mind if I drag and drop it over into the chit itself? That might be fun. Oh, that is a great picture, by the way. Maybe we shouldn't, and we should just talk about the picture and just make people go over to the site or go over to the Discord. It's like, oh no, this is great. This is amazing. And then what I'll also do is I will also show a picture of me in a costume that I will never ever wear again. For obvious reasons. So let me go ahead. That is a fantastic picture. Let me go ahead and put that picture up. Here we go. Here's the picture. Working on it. There we go. And whoa, that is a big picture because, a moose is a big creature. Let me whoop. And there he is in the Vancouver 2010 Olympics, riding a moose. The great Stephen Colbert. I'm just going to look for something here. A picture of me, and you'll see. You'll see. Squibbles says, whereabouts was that taken? There we go. And I'm going to grab a picture of my... There we go. So I'm now going to show the picture of myself. So this picture was taken... The park outside Science World. Oh, that's very cool. That is very cool. And now, here's a picture around the same time. Did it not? There we go. Around the same time. This is me stealing. Let's crop this fella out here. There we go. All right. I stole the Olympic torch. So I was doing a gig in North Van, and they were going to do the torch passing, right where person runs and that's where the torch gets passed. And there were all these events and stuff. And they hired me to dress up like a Mountie. Oh my gosh, they had the moose on stage in an ornament while filming, and people kept chanting "Ride the Moose" until he eventually gave in and climbed on top of it. That's pretty good. I mean, I do have the requisite picture of me on one of the lions on Nelson's column. That's all I got for me riding animals. But yeah, as far as this goes, I was doing a gig, and they're like, "Be Mounties." I'm like, yeah, I I don't think I wouldn't do that now. I wouldn't dress up like a Mountie now, except for, nefarious purposes like this. And they had the torch. The Olympic torch was there, and it was unattended. And they hadn't. It was probably a couple hours before the person was coming in. It was just unattended. There was like nobody looking around. I was like, okay, just walked right up, grabbed the Olympic torch, and to someone who was with me, I'm like, you take my picture with it. And we got that. And then we ran it back into the building before anyone was the wiser. That was also the day that I was the premier of BC was there, the premier of the province of British Columbia, who at the time was a fella by the name of Gordon Campbell. I believe, was that his name? Was that Gordon Campbell? Who was the DUI guy? It was the DUI guy. Yes, it was Gordon Campbell. And I was not a fan of Gordon Campbell. And his security had him walk right up to me and go, would you like to take your picture with the premier? And I looked at him and I went, no. And I walked away. And then there's this big crowd. There's this big like concert venue thing where I was at this park. And there was like, I think 3,000 people there. And there was a stage and everything. And I'm just sort of hanging out behind the stage thing. And people are like, oh, come up here. I'm like, okay, cool. And they're like, okay, go on. I'm like, what? And then wound up out on stage, dressed as a Mountie with a bunch of singers doing a sing-along of This Land Is My Land, This Land Is Your Land, a song to which I do not know the lyrics. So I was out there in front of 3,000 people dressed like that shortly after having stolen the Olympic torch, singing a song I didn't know the words to a crowd of 3,000 people. But for me, it was Tuesday. Oh, you're too kind. Oh, look, I stopped streaming 4 minutes ago. No. Yeah, that was my Olympic experience anecdote, which you're probably going to hear. If you haven't already heard that 1,000 times, you're going to hear that 1,000 times because I'm never going to stop telling that. The day I stole the Olympic torch. In fact, I could probably get you the exact date, March 26, 2026. Shoot, it changed the metadata. Yeah. So that was a good time. That was a real good time. But I think it was the last time I ever did a Mountie gig. They paid okay. I don't like doing roving gig events because very often they are rich people parties. And when you show up in a fun costume and you've got rich people, they're gonna be jerks to you. They just are. It's the way of things. It's the way of the world. And oh, sorry, I just heard a car go by. Yeah, so that was my my experience. There was no moose riding. There was only torch taking and song singing. Switch Creed. You don't mix well with rich people, especially certain celebs. Are we talking Al Pacino here? Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're talking about? Do you not mix well with Al Pacino? Is he like, what do you got? That's my Rob Brydon doing Al Pacino. Sorry, I'm doing Rob Brydon doing Al Pacino. Oh, I'm sorry. I was actually talking about the brand Alpa pants, and they make chinos. So they're Al Pacinos. Don't worry. I was not talking about the the actor. You still have no idea what the hell he was saying. Oh, I remember when there was this moment. I don't know what happened, but if you watch early Pacino, he's like playing everything so internal. And it's just so thoughtful. Everything's in the eyes, and he barely ever has any outbursts. And maybe it was Scent of a Woman or around there that he just turned it up. Might have been Dick Tracy, where he just went just started acting out here. He went from an internal actor to an external actor. And I guess that's what happened. That's the only explanation that I have. And I am incredibly unknowledgeable about any of that sort of thing, that world at all. The worst thing is he was your favorite actor of all time. Okay, what would you say, Switch Creed, is your favorite Al Pacino performance or Al performance? What is your favorite Al performance? Put it in the chat. So I'm full of bees this morning. I'm hopped. I feel like I'm hopped up on goofballs. Is how I'm feeling. Yeah, but like in a good way, in a really, really good way. And I'll get to, when I get to the cursed image of the week, you'll be like, oh, that's why. But like I said, I was dealing, like I said, there was some wacky admin things I was dealing with this morning, that one should not have to. I will say that. Yeah. So you prefer a mocha Pacino? Oh, I love that. Devil's advocate. Right. And like Keanu Reeves is like, what about, sex? What about love, man? And he's like, it's no different from eating large amounts of chocolate. I don't know why I did Christopher Lloyd. But if Christopher Lloyd was in Devil's Advocate, oh boy, I'm the devil, Marty. Most would say Scarface. Hot take, I prefer the 1930s Scarface starring Paul Muni. That is a hell of a movie. And for it sounds like 32, I think. Shocking. Absolutely shocking, that movie. Like, it is, there's so much happening in that film. Oh, I'm sorry, was I giving you oh no. Like, I'm giving you EPTSD. Electronic PTSD. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I'll fix it with another impression I can't do. The only De Niro I can do is just that. Just a bit of mouth breathing. But that's also because I got the sniffles. EPTSD. I don't know why. I'm not laughing obviously I'm not laughing at post-traumatic stress disorder. I mean, many of us have it in different levels and stuff like that. But I'm laughing at the idea that there's like, you put an E in front of it. It's like E-juice when you're refilling a vape. Ugh. You only do Arnie and Nick Cage. That sounds like they're brothers. Hey, here's here's the two brothers, the Cage brothers, Arnie and Nick. It may go a little something. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Yeah, Nick Cage is a force of nature, I think. Yeah, I may go back to when I make things, making a Nicolas Cage related thing. Like I said, I'm just quickly making stuff. Ah, there's my cursed image. I'm making things right now. And those things are I'm making the slideshow as we speak. Twins the sequel. Okay, so I have heard that the script is done for a Twins sequel, and there is a third brother, and he's played. Yeah, they want him to be played by Tracy Morgan. I almost said Tracy Jordan. That's his character on 30 Rock. Tracy. It's not Switch Creed. It's not lies. It's true lies. But no, that's what I heard. That is the scuttle. That is the butt scuttle. The scuttle around the butt. Folks, don't forget to scuttle your butt at least once a week. And that's the clip. But you know, these things change. I remember back in the 90s hearing scuttlebutt about Ghostbusters 3 that was going to have like late 90s, mid 90s, that was going to have like a new generation of Ghostbusters, but not little kids. Like it was going to be like Chris Farley, who would have been an amazing Ghostbuster. Oh, Mr. Ghost, I think you should shut your big yapper. That would be just Matt Foley as a Ghostbuster. Would have been magical. Yeah. Also, I'm glad I can sort of do Matt Foley, because you know I do love Chris Farley as Matt Foley, and not just because Bob Odenkirk wrote that sketch. It's also like Goonies. Yeah, so Goonies 2. Yeah, I don't see Goonies 2. I feel like that time has passed for Goonies 2. I feel like without Richard Donner, where's the fun? Right now, I'm thinking if they had done it when the kids were in their early 40s and they had 12-year-old kids, and their kids go off on the adventure and then they have to go find them or something. But now, you know, the Goonies, they're older than I am. So their kids would probably be, you know, in their 20s. And then that's not fun because it's the Goonies. Also, thinking back to the Goonies, it's a kind of mean-spirited movie. But, you know, the 80s was a kind of a mean-spirited decade. Heaven help those who were shaped differently or liked different things in the 80s. Have the owners of the Goonies house sold it to someone who appreciates the fans yet? I don't know. Now that's Astoria, Oregon, I think. Right? Yeah, I think that's what it was called. I think that's, yeah. I know nothing of that. What I do know is that as far as houses from Popular Things goes, that Vince Gilligan a few years ago had to just get on the internet and say, stop throwing pizzas at the Breaking Bad house. Nobody wants that. Stop throwing pizzas. Yeah, that happened. Imagine having to say that. Imagine people being so foolish. So darn foolish. Yeah. Yeah, they would go by the house and they would like throw a pizza up. Vince Gilligan's like, what the hell is wrong with you people? Like, the real people live in this house. You're vandalizing a house and you're wasting food. And, you know, pizza's pretty good. I'll give you a Breaking Bad pizza fact. When you see that pizza go up, right? And it hits the roof and you see it kind of come out of the box. You could tell it wasn't sliced, that they didn't bother to slice the pizza. And so, I think a couple seasons later, you hear Jesse at a party So they said, we should order some pizza, yo. Yeah, there's one place. And it's cheaper if you get it not sliced or something. And I love that. You know what? I don't think it gave more people the idea. I think what happened is the people wound up building a fence around it. So it didn't quite Streisand affect it because it was happening apparently a lot. Like a lot. So I'm glad that got sorted out because, yeah, don't do that. I mean, I think it's super cool that they, had a house that's in a TV show so they can watch the TV show whenever they want and go, oh, look, that was our house, growing up. My childhood home was scouted for and was going to be in X-Men 3 when Matthew Vaughn was the director, and then he dropped out, and I forget who came back in, but imagine, if you will, your childhood home, and the scene was going to be with Jean Grey, Magneto, Logan, and Xavier. So I would have Captain Picard and Gandalf and Wolverine and Jean Grey, like in my childhood home. Like I'm pretty sure I had all of them as action figures as a kid. And now they're like in real life in my home. And they were going to, I was called doing a blowout or something like that. So they were going to take the windows out of the front of the house and then put, fake windows in, and then put like air cannons that fired debris and stuff in where the fake windows, where the breakaway windows are, and then do a blowout. So it looks like the front of the house blows up, and then they were going to pay to renovate the house. So there's gonna be nothing structurally done, like damage to the house, but they were still gonna pay to like renovate the whole house. And so my mom was just like, well, if it means renovations, well, of course we can have the wizard and the space captain come over with, that lady from the James Bond movie who killed people with her thighs. You didn't think I forgot about that, did you? That would have been amazing. There you go. Oh, you looked it up about the Breaking Bad house. The 4-bedroom ranch-style home, which features a prominent, often-visited pizza roof, has been a site of significant fan disruption, prompting the installation of a high-security fence by the longtime owner. Yeah, I feel really bad for them. It's not like the Brady Bunch house, which is wild because you remember the house from the Brady Bunch. Obviously, it looked nothing on the inside like it did on the outside because, they just had the house. But a TV show, I think, bought like a home, like a home renovation show bought it, and renovated the home so that it now looks like the inside of the house. It is now like as close to a replica of the Brady Bunch house as is humanly possible. I don't know why that showed up there. Let me get rid of that picture. There we go. Which I think is kind of cool because, I grew up watching Brady Bunch as a little kid, and I loved the color scheme of the kitchen. I loved the color scheme. I loved just that early 70s vibe of a house. I really, really dug that when I was a little kid. The AstroTurf lawn. You never have to mow AstroTurf. But with the inside of that, I don't know if does anybody remember the episode of the X-Files, the Brady Bunch episode of the X-Files? It did not. I don't think it had. It definitely didn't have Mulder in it. It had Robert Patrick, and they find a house, and inside the house is the Brady Bunch house. It's wild. And there's like weird, like phantom beings that might be the Brady Bunch kids. I don't want to spoil anything for you. It's probably called like Here's the Story or something like that. I'm guessing that's what I would have called it. X-Files episode, Brady Bunch. X-Files episode with Brady Bunch house. Okay. It's not called Here's the Story. It's called Sunshine Days. It's the 18th and penultimate episode of the 9th season of the American science fiction television series X-Files and the series' 200th episode overall. And, are you ready? We're going to bring it back full circle, people. This episode, the Brady Bunch episode of the X-Files, was written and directed by Vince Gilligan, creator of Breaking Bad. Boom, done. Full circle. Full circle. Yeah, the Amityville house, I can see why they wouldn't want it to look the same. But yeah, so the Brady Bunch, I think the Brady Bunch house maybe gives tours, but man, if I won the lottery, boy, would I buy the crap out of that house and have it shipped to Canada. I don't want to live in California. I want to live here. It's nice out. I'd have it taken apart and shipped here. The color scheme of the Brady Bunch kitchen, I don't know if you remember it, was the exact same color scheme as the bathroom. The kids, like we had a bathroom. And it was the same color scheme. We had look up the Brady Bunch kitchen here. I really do. I'm trying to find some original. There's an original picture. We got Alice there. Okay. Let's save that image. Good. It's a JPEG, not a JFIF. We're cooking with gas here. We're cooking with gas. And we're going to bring it up. Boom. Boom. There it is. But it is more of a red. It's like more red. That's a bit of a faded, low res pic. And the green is actually is more pronounced. It's more of an avocado green on the actual furniture. Yeah, it's pretty great. Yeah, there we go. I found a better picture. We're going to use it. Don't be a JFIF, you son of a... All right. Here we go. There it is. So there's the Brady Bunch house. So we had the same color scheme. We had the sink was that avocado color. The countertops were that exact color, and the tiles were bright red. It was wild. Well, I'm sorry, it's so freezing cold over in England. It is, I'll go 7. It's 7. We're going to have a high of 7 today and a low of 0, which of course is freezing in Celsius. It's currently 4 degrees and partly cloudy. And now traffic and weather together on the 9s. Eric? Hi, I'm staying in, so I don't care what the traffic is like. Back to you, Eric. Oh, the traffic is like, I got to do another take. Let's have some lime water. This lime water is good stuff, people. It's good stuff. It's good for you. The citrus, good for that stuff that's going on with my body. Oh, goodness me. All right. I think it's time we figure out what's up, me. That's right, folks. I'm going straight to the cursed image of the week. Oh, you're going on a road trip. Hold on. Hold the phone. You're going on a road trip to your dad's. Where's this road trip from and to? Just towns. We don't need actual, postal codes. That would be weird. No, just where are you going? I don't know why I'm doing this. 2 a.m. start. You're driving the Mercedes on the motorway. Love it. Love it. What are your favorite service stations along the motorway? We don't really have that sort of thing here. We just got like gas stations that might have a burger thing in it. Maybe. You're going from Warwickshire to Kent. Excellent. I'm going to look that up right now on Google Maps. And here we go. From Warwickshire to Kent. Warwickshire, UK, and to Kent, and Well, now are you going to be taking the M40 and M25, or are you going to take the M1 and M25? Because that avoids a slowdown on the M25. That is 2 hours and 46 minutes though. But the M40 and M25 is 2 hours 39 minutes. Just, thought I'd help. And you're leaving at 2 a.m. tomorrow. 1, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. About 6 p.m. here, we'll say. Depart at... there we go. And... yes. Yeah, it's typically between 2 and 3 hours. No traffic at 2 a.m. except you and trucks. Oh, trucks. There's been a rash of trucks in BC that are slightly too tall for the overpasses, and they just slam right into the overpasses when they go under them. And a lot of them, it's just like all the same trucking company. And then the government just went, we don't think you should exist anymore as you should not be driving trucks. I think took away their permits or whatever. Oh, goodness. Boy. 70 miles an hour all the way and driving in comfort and style. Will you be cranking the music? And what are your driving tunes? I know what my driving tunes are. I used to have this mixtape. That's right. Back when I drove the Rowdy Audi, my first car was a beat up 1984 Audi 5000S. And it was something. It ran on two things, fuel and belief that you would actually get there. And there is a tape that I had called Rowdy. And my friends and I would crank it. We would go on adventures. Right now you got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 CD. Excellent. You still got a CD player in your car. So do I. I'm rocking a 2007 car. And I don't want a new one. Even though gas prices reached $2.14 a liter here, which sucks. But I don't want, well, first of all, I can't afford a new car. That's not in the cards right now. Secondly, if I were to be able to afford a used car, I definitely wouldn't go for a newer model of car. I definitely wouldn't want to go for one that I'd have to, sign like a terms and services agreement. I don't know if you've ever looked up like what you got to do for new cars now. A lot of them, there's some weird stuff on there. A 2018, very nice, very nice. So yours is 11 years newer than mine and probably twice the size. Best $28K you ever spent? Love it. Love it. Yeah. My goodness, folks. I'm going to show you my cursed image of the week. It comes with a tale, of course. So, the Critical Hit Show, which is happening April 29th. There's no ticket link up yet, but it will be soon. There's a show happening April 29th. And, we've had some really great art over the years. The first few years, we had photographs by Evo Patrick Shannon. And then we moved on to art by Heather Gilbraith. But our new poster coming up is going to be illustrated by Pia Guerra, who, friend of the show, friend of mine. You may know Pia from co-creator of Y the Last Man, being a Pulitzer Prize finalist, like being nominated for a Pulitzer Prize. What? And all sorts of comic book awards. She and Ian Boothby just made a one-page comic strip that went viral. People are ordering prints from it. It's called On the Day It Happens. I'm not going to discuss the contents of On the Day It Happens, but you know. And Pia is drawing the poster for Critical Hit. And I got an outline this morning, like just a sketch. And when I say just a sketch, it's better than anything I could ever possibly dream of doing. Ever. It is amazing. It's just, here's the thing. Like, what? It's really nice. It's also like an homage to one of my favorite comic book covers of all time. So I'm like, oh, this is amazing. This is great. So I put it in Photoshop, and I'm just like trying to move around like the type, because it's the art, like it's basically there. So we could put the title here, the tagline here, the venue name here. We could put the QR code here, just moving stuff around. I thought, okay, now I'll export it to just like, quick JPEG file, and, send it back to Pia and go, yeah, it could definitely work. All I got to do is just move the title and stuff around. Please make this. This is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. And then I go to export as JPEG, and I get an unknown error occurred. What the hell, Adobe Photoshop? So I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's that file, right? So I close everything down, put bring Photoshop back up. I grab a different file, a file that I previously exported to JPEG. In fact, the one I took the screenshot of here. So I'm like, okay, cool. Export to JPEG. It's like it's a PSD file of a poster that I'd already printed off as a JPEG. So I do that, and boom, same error. What the flippin' H, man? What's going on? So I reboot the computer, try it with a different file. Same thing. Same damn thing. So I Google it. Nothing. Okay. So I pop on to the Reddit, the Photoshop subreddit. And someone has just experienced the exact same thing 3 hours prior. They're in Europe, so it's daytime where they are. Because this was happening like this morning for me. Because I'm getting pissed. Because I'm like, if I can't export anything, what is the use of you? Why am I paying this money? So turns out that there was someone else who was experiencing it, and we were both like, I don't know what to do. And I just rolled back the update. It was an update. So folks, if you got the latest version of Adobe Photoshop, it comes with a feature where you can't export a file to JPEG. Because why would you want to do that? Like how? Yeah. So that is my cursed image of the damn week. But I got it resolved by undoing the update. So, yay me. Yeah, so that was good. That was fine. That was fun. So that's what I was doing a lot this morning. Like, what am I going to do? Because, the Rio's like, hey, Eric, we need the poster assets. We're just over a month away. I'm like, I agree. I'd like to help with that. Yeah. Yes, I have to update my workflow to JFIF. Of course, JFIF stands for just in. Yeah, that's what it stands for. I'm wondering if that didn't mute, and it was just really funny where I'm hitting a button and still dropping F-bombs. Yeah. JFIF. Old JFIF them. I don't know what that means. So yeah, that was a fun morning, which is why I didn't quite get the slideshow done. but I do have some stuff for the slideshow. This weekend, Katie and I went out because it was like the Saturday of my birthday, right? And we went out. We had a nice time. And we... All right. Last week I was a little grumpy and I did make fun of a place. I did make fun of a donut shop for opening in the same location where a really, really good donut shop had to close because it was too expensive. I did make fun of them for that. So that we should check it out. Also, I had a couple drinks. So we go to Cream Pony on Main and 5th. It's just up from Brass Neck Brewery. Most of my frames of reference are breweries. I mean, look at me, of course. So we go in and we're like, okay, let's try it. But this is not just donuts. It's also fried chicken. It says, come for the donuts, stay for the chicken. That's what it says right there. Sorry. It says, come for the donuts, stay for the hot chicken. It's like hot chicken. Don't like that. Sounds like, a place Gonzo might want to go, but go in and we sit down, and that is the pillow that you're supposed to sit on. You're supposed to lean back on a giddy up cushion. Okay, sure. Because, Cream Pony, giddy up. So I order a donut. I order the Homer Simpsonest donut I have ever seen. The color balance is actually a little off on this. It was a much deeper pink. It wasn't bad. It was a decent donut. It's not my favorite style of donut. I actually prefer the dense cake donut to that. But it's still good. It's still like a good donut. And I was hungry, so I also ordered a fried chicken sandwich, and it came and it looked like that. Fried chicken was good. It's like a Kraft single on there, and a couple of slices of pickle and a dollop of mayonnaise. It was all right. It wasn't bad. But if you like, it's expensive. Their location is a very expensive location to like pay the rent for. But I found out they had something, and I did not order this, and I'll tell you why I did not order this. Because there is a variant of this chicken sandwich. I have a file photo of it that I downloaded from the internet, the information superhighway, where instead of a hamburger bun for your fried chicken and slice of, your Velveeta slice and your pickles, it's a donut. So they slice a donut. So it's fried chicken and cheese and pickle in a glazed donut. Discuss. What are your thoughts? What's the dealio? While you're thinking about that and typing, I'm going to let you know a little something about myself. Completely unrelated. This is my bedhead from this morning. I did nothing to my hair. I woke up and I was like, oh my God, what? I don't have to do anything. So anyway, that's my bedhead. Also, me being me, I'm like, where the hell did I get this ink stain on my finger? Who knows? I hope nothing's leaking. That's my Tinder bio now. Oh God, I gotta stop making those jokes. I've been married for years. Why am I making those jokes? Why am I making the Tinder bio joke? I am clearly very married. I don't know. So I think that's given you enough time. Thoughts on chicken sandwich with a donut for a bun? I see you're silent. You're silent in the chat. You're stunned. That's what's happening. There we go. Scribbles, you've never tried fried chicken on a donut, but it must be better than chicken on a raft. Like a wooden raft, like made of logs, like a log raft. Is that what we're talking about? Chicken on a raft? Am I missing a reference? I might be missing a reference. This is what happens. This is what happens. You hit 50 and you're just like, I don't know what anything is anymore. 6'7", Labubu. I don't know. There's a comic I know who's desperately trying to sound relevant and just throws Labubu in to things. It's really funny. It's really funny watching them try. Oh, there's a song called Chicken on a Raft. Okay. So it's not like Carrot in a Box. It's written about having to eat creamed chicken on toast while in the Navy. Oh no. No, thank you. But you know what I will say thank you to? Actually, what I'll say yes, please to, a few doors down from the chicken place is, I would say, the most interesting, imaginative, one of the most interesting imaginative breweries in town. It's called Brass Neck Brewery. And I had a flight. There it is. There's the Brass Bat. And I had a flight of 4. And there were some really, really nice beers that they had there. And their names were Zing Man, 10 Bob, Quibbler, and Jungle. Well, sorry, Jungle Simulation, the Quibbler, 10 Bob, and Zing Man, which, to me, those could all be nicknames given to characters that Bob Mortimer mentions when he's telling a story, especially Quibbler. Like, oh, it was me, and there was Zing Man, 10 Bob, and Quibbler, and we were all doing something wacky at the age of 13 to 15, that kind of age. It's... You posted the Chicken on a Raft song in Discord for my later perusal. Oh, I guess I can't click on it now. Thanks for the copyright stuff, YouTube. Although, I'm trying to get around that copyright thing. Just says, I'm trying to get around the copyright thing. But I know YouTube doesn't care. But maybe other places will care when I quote Section 29 of the whole copyright dealio. Where is it? There it is. I'm hoping that when I make stuff, maybe do it publicly or do something else, that this will work. I put it in the chat. Oh, it's not letting me do it. There's too much. I'll try that again. There. And you'll see. There. And going to put the rest of it in. There. The following work of parody is considered fair dealing under Section 29 of the Copyright Act. Fair dealing for the purpose of research, private study, education, parody, or satire does not infringe copyright. RS 1985, CC 42, and all that stuff. So I'm hoping that'll work. I'm hoping. I got to get recaffeinated. I got to get reacquainted with the coffee. Squibbles says that is, of course, that is Canadian copyright. When we did a little something at my birthday show, we put that up above on the screen before the thing we did. But I feel like, the way I did that there, yeah, that's fine. But like YouTube doesn't care if it's legal or not, right? Like if they get, say, I don't know, whoever owns Canon Films now, let's say, if they get a takedown notice for that, they're just going to do that. But that is fair dealing is the Canadian version of fair use. I think in the States it's called fair use. So, hopefully that'll get around some of the things I aim to do. Which I want to chat with y'all about. But there's something else I want to talk about today, too. Katie and I, we watched a couple of movies this week. Animator Valerie, hello. That reminds you of when people would put Facebook statuses of like, if I write this, Facebook can't use my information. This is true. This is true. But also, say, for example, showing something and writing 200 and something jokes for said thing, I think is and showing only a portion of it. So I showed a clip of a thing and Sean and I wrote a couple hundred jokes for it. And I think that's transformative enough and clearly a work of parody to be able to, like we cut something down from 100 minutes to 20 minutes and then, riffed it. So anyway, nobody came after us. Nobody knows what it is unless you were there, but it was a fun treat. Scribbles is a guy that makes Mario videos. You watch was putting a song from Mario Sunshine on some of the gameplay videos, was getting copyright strikes because some random person claimed the song was their own. Yeah, that'll happen too. Even stuff in the public domain, people will, or Creative Commons, folks will just put out strikes and then go, well, then pay me $300 and I'll remove it. Right? They'll just put out those reports just for a little cash grab. What I'm planning on doing we'll say a lot of it would not be in the purview of your YouTube or your Instagram or your TikTok. So Google or Meta or I was going to bring that up. But I'll bring it up a little later. I watched a movie on the weekend with Katie. It is a movie that is considered I'd say it's a very famous bad film, bad in quotes. And it is one that the Gentleman Hecklers did riff in the past, and Katie and I were doing our best right now to just go, you know what, maybe this month, unless it's work related, let's just try to watch some of the 500 and something movies we own. And I'm like, okay, well, we own a movie called Hard Ticket to Hawaii. And would you like to watch that? And so we watched it. And if you've never seen it before, it is Donna Spire and Hope Marie Carlton, two, I guess before they were actors, they were, Playboy Playmates, I think was the term. And they're two secret agents, right? DEA agents, something like that. And it takes place in Hawaii. And they are, there's all sorts of shenanigans that happen. Like one with a Frisbee, another with an exploding blow up doll. It's a work of madness by a fella by the name of Andy Sedaris. Katie's here. Hello, Katie. We're talking about Hard Ticket to Hawaii because it's not paradise all the time. This is a movie that needs to be seen to be believed. I think is the best way to describe it. If you've never seen it, you can find the clips of my favorite scenes online. Just look up Hard Ticket to Hawaii on YouTube. You're going to find the two scenes that it's famous for. But it's also very, I would say it's a very boob forward movie. Like it is absolutely, lots of the boobs. Just like, I think I count, was it a minute 40 into the movie that the first nude scene, and it just keeps happening. So many sex scenes in this film, to the point when we were riffing the movie, Patrick and I just started improvising Muppets talking to each other because we're just, I don't know what to write here. Just, I don't know. Oh, Kermie. And then just went off. Yes. Titama. Yes. This poster is very unique to begin with. It is, It's Pay the Price for Paradise, man. It's Ron Moss, Hope Marie Carlton, Donna Spire, a plane, and the credits. It is nuts. And there is a commentary track that we have not listened to. It actually comes with like the director's commentary on it. But there's something else on this Blu-ray. That's right, I have it on Blu-ray. There was a point in around early 2021 when I thought that the hecklers were going to come back. So I bought a bunch of movies that we had previously riffed. I bought them on Blu-ray so we could have them. Squibbles is Nothing Holds a Candle to Neil Breen's sex scenes. And that's another one where you could say, Neil Breen sex scene, find out what I have to see. We didn't start the fire. Anyway, applause. Clap now. Actually, that Neil Breen sex scene, that sounds more like Neil Breen sex scene. At the end, it's all a dream. It's the end of the world, and we know it. Okay, as we know it. I don't know. Look, I'm no Michael Stipe, nor will I ever be. I can't sing. Anyway, Hard Ticket. Hard Ticket has this special features. There's a behind the scenes thing, okay? There's a site where you can plug in anything with the cadence of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle song, and it puts the text on the logo for you. You know, funny you should mention that, Squibbles is. I'm pretty sure I've done that to Katie with, have you tried the lasagna? It's my favorite. I know I've done it with the Super Mario Super Show. I know I've done it with a bunch of video game end screens. Katie, have I ever lasagna you with the TMNT? I don't know if Katie's still there. Katie's got a job. Katie made better decisions than I did. Although I made one real good decision, and that was to, marry Katie. But anyway, what was I talking about? Right. The special features. There's a behind the scenes featurette. And you're like, okay, so this is going to be like the making of the movie, right? This is going to be the making of Hard Ticket to Hawaii. Let's watch it. Katie, let's watch the behind the scenes footage. And it cuts to Andy Sedaris, who, if I just explain the kind of movies that he made to you, which I have, action-packed, boob-forward, very low budget, very cheesy movies, he looks exactly like you think he would look. Like you would cast him as, the guy who's like, hey, you ever do any modeling? That guy. He looks like that, and he's just that guy. So it's like, okay, here we go. So maybe it's him and Donna Spire, maybe him and Ron Moss, maybe, one of the cast members. No. It's Andy Sedaris, and he's sitting next to a poster for, there's a reason I'm not showing you stills of this, and you'll find out in a sec. A poster for Hard Ticket to Hawaii, and he's sitting with an actor named Julie Strain, the late Julie Strain, who was also I believe, a Penthouse model and then a pinup model for comic artists. And I think she wound up as like the cover for the Heavy Metal 2000, the sequel to Heavy Metal, like a painting of her. And they're just there and they're just talking. And he's like, yeah, so we did Hard Ticket to Hawaii, but I'm doing this other stuff with Julie. Julie's like, yeah. And just like takes her top off. I was like, what is going on? And then he's like, so here's the behind the scenes stuff from Hard Ticket to Hawaii. It's like, great. He holds up a tape and then he goes, or a reel, a film reel or something. And then he goes, we threw out all the behind the scenes stuff from Hard Ticket to Hawaii. We don't have any. So here's some scenes from other films and I'm going to do commentary on them. So it's not even like, oh, it's a behind the scenes of this movie. We don't have any of it. Anyway, here's this. So they show behind the scenes and the actual scene of like a softcore doing it scene. This is the scene that Andy Sedaris has chosen to talk over. And these people are getting busy, as the kids say, they're getting busy on the beach. And you just start to hear Andy Sidaris go off. And so they're, getting hot and heavy on the beach. And then it cuts to a wave hitting some rocks. And you just hear, so, I was directing them and they were kissing and they were doing this and they were doing that. And that wave there, that represents climax. And then it cuts back and then he keeps talking again. You're like, what? And then it comes back to the wave. See that wave? That wave is passion. That represents passion. Like, what is happening? And then, while they're still going at it, he goes, Fellini, Spielberg, you don't see them doing this, Lucas. Like, what is he talking about? And then it cuts back. Oh, and by the way, his wife, I forget her name, Arlene, maybe? It's either Arlene or Nancy. One of those names. I don't know why. I'm brain farting on it right now. And he's talking with his wife there too. And he cuts back to the scenes cutting between the naked people and the waves. And he goes, when Federico Fellini does this, they call him a genius. But, when I do it, you know what they call me? And then his wife goes, oh, honey, nobody calls you. I cannot show you a second of this. It would get flagged so quickly. It would get flagged quicker than my name did on Twitch. That's how quickly it would get flagged. It was amazing. I want to do a video of it. Maybe do like, you know what I'll do? I'll use the audio from the behind the scenes thing. And anytime it cuts to people, being rated R, I will cut in pictures of like two action figures smashing into each other. Could that work? Cause you've really got that represents passion. I would love to get a transcript of that and do a dramatic reading of it while it plays in the background. That might be a good thing to do for a show. Speaking of shows, did you know I got a show coming up? Of course you did. You're in Vancouver. You're going to want to see this show. This is related to stuff that we were talking about, actually. This is related to making things. But what conversations you just tuned into the middle of? Ukes of Hazard, you just walked into me describing the behind-the-scenes featurette on the Blu-ray for Hard Ticket to Hawaii. That's what I did. Team America meets Robot Chicken. It was amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Speaking of amazing, what's also amazing? Many years ago, I wrote a script, a spec pilot for a show, and it was called Space Hole. Well, specifically Space Hole 17, but for the purposes of this, Space Hole. Okay, it was called Space Hole. Yes, I'm going to keep saying Space Hole. Unbeknownst to me, Ian Boothby also wrote a spec pilot for a half-hour comedy called Space Hole. So we've got scripts that they never sold. I still tinker with it now and again. Update the bad jokes, but we've each got a half-hour script for a show called Space Hole. So what we're doing is we're going to do dramatic readings of both Space Holes on April 9th at 9 p.m. at Little Mountain Gallery. And the thing is, the link is in the chat. And that should get you to the tickets for Pilot Error. The thing is, this is the first time I've been scared of a show for a long time. That's how exciting it is for me. I'm like, oh God, the Space Hole is not located anatomically behind the Spaceballs. At least not in mine. Mine, I would say, is more of a Stargate riff. Yeah. But like, imagine, if you will, Over time, the Stargate was no longer owned by the military. It got sold off and various companies own it. And now it's in the basement of a candy company. And a bored office worker and a fired security guard wind up going through the space hole. So that is, yep, new euphemism of the Stargate. But yeah, so that's my premise. So it's a couple of losers find, like, yeah, there's a Stargate in the basement of a candy company, and a couple of people go through it. A couple of losers. I had originally written it for me and Joanna. That time has passed. I wrote it 10 years ago for me and Joanna. Collectively, they surround the tainted space. Oh. And because I'm a child, I wanted to call it Space Hole 17. First of all, because Stargate SG-1, they're the number one guys, right? They're you got your MacGyver, your Sam Carter, your not James Spader, right? So you got SG-1. And for these guys, they Space Hole 17, they've got SH-17 because I want it to look like shit. So it says shit on their patch. So that's oh, the Spaint. I loved that Roger Moore show. That was a great 1960s show with Roger Moore. Hello, I'm the Spaint. Right? That's what he was like. I'm a secret agent. I'm not quite here, but I'm not quite there. I'm the Spaint. But yeah, so Space Hole 17. I've never really talked about it with anybody before. I think I read some scenes to Katie the other night, and she said they were funny, but she loves me. She's, rose-colored glasses and all that. Yeah. Sorry, I thought I got some mail. I did not get mail. Yeah, so we got that coming up, and I'm really excited. I don't know. I honestly don't know if my script's any good. It might be terrible. So we're doing mine first, right? Because Ian is a far more experienced writer than I am. So we're going to do his second. But yeah, tickets available, showpass.com/pilot-error. And after today, ericfell.com/tickets. Yeah, that should be a good time. Good time. It is objectively good. Katie, I really appreciate that, but I can't. You've got a vested interest in my success because, I pay half the rent and I do most of the cooking, which, by the way, I love doing. So Katie, we split the chores, right? I do the cooking, and my goodness, I'm not going to lie. It's a lot of fun. We got a sauce in the fridge. I made a pasta sauce in the fridge. Oh, I didn't make it in the fridge. It's now in the fridge. But before it was in the fridge, it was like simmering for like 2 hours. And the ingredients were getting to know each other. I can't do that. I can't see. I'm a little stuffed up. I can't do Kevin Malone from The Office. See if I can. No, it's not Ashton Kutcher. No, I can't do it with the stuffed nose. My nose just got stuffed again. But it should be unstuffed for the recording I'm doing this afternoon for something I'm going to be putting up. And this is, Ukes, Hazmax, I'm glad you're here because I need your opinion on something. One of the things I'm going through right now, no, not like emotionally, but format-wise, is, I'm also going through stuff, like that corporate work it's vaporized. It's just gone. I've got one next month and it's it's going to pay $300, right? Like, I'm just like, oh shoot. Okay. And yeah, so I'm like, okay, it's time. So this is why I'm getting really in gear with the Patreon thing. I'm just hypnotized by my own arm movements. Oh, my collarbones are making noises. I'm going to stop that. Oh, that was not good. Although I appreciate the fact that I am getting older. Anyway, so I'm looking at Patreon, and I'm looking at different tiers of Patreon and what they can offer. So the tiers are going to go from free to $500. Okay, so free to $25. And then there's going to be a single $500 one that is limited to 5 people. And it offers nothing. It offers absolutely no perks. It's just, hey, if you feel like giving me $500 a month, go for it. That's it. That's that perk. But the others, I'm looking at offering things. And this is tied into the monthly trivia that I want to do. I'm working on a format to do a monthly Zoom trivia. I am going to charge money for it, right? This is a thing for me to do to, make a bit of coin, but also to entertain people. So I'm trying to figure out the best format for that. I'm trying to figure out the best pricing for that. I think we've come down to a good price for like a 60 to 90 minute, quiz / comedy thing that I would do once a month. $15 a head. I think it'll be over Zoom, right? So if 20 people show up, it's like $300. That's, that's worth, the time it takes to put together a quiz, Hey, if more people want to show up, go for it. But that's my hope, is that we get like around 20 or more, people showing up for this. So it's $15 a head, but it is also a perk of the $25 a month Patreon tier. So if you just want to do the trivia, there's that. But if you want the other stuff, there's the $25. So yeah, it'll work out. So that's one of the things I wanted to mention is how up for that would you all be? Because I really want to do this. I really want to put it together. And like I said, I think it'd be like $15 a month just for the trivia, or about $25 a month for the trivia plus Patreon perks. You tried an online quiz thing that was $10 each during the pandemic. You weren't a fan of Zoom trivia though. See, this is what I want to know. What about the Zoom trivia did you not like? Because there's different ways and formats that we can do this. One of the reasons I also want to do is like I looked at this, I said $2.14 for gas. Like asking people to come out to shows is just like, get in your car, spend that money on gas, go out, spend all that money on food and drink, try to find parking. I understand it's a chore. That's why I don't do it often, right? But if I could stay home, yeah. Because I've got like, since the pandemic, I've done, 100 a year. I've done over 500 online trivia gigs. And there are certain things that bug me about them that I want to change up. There you go. Yeah, trivia was one of the few things you were willing to leave the apartment on a regular basis for. This is also true. The thing with that too is, I feel like every pub, every bar has trivia. And I think it's to the point where people are not getting paid a lot of money to do it. But obviously what I have to offer would be different, because it would be me doing trivia with all the goofy stuff. Thing is, what if it wasn't over chat, right? Like, let's see if I can do it. I probably can't do it this way. But it would be kind of like this, right? The layout would be like similar to this, where it would be me talking and I would have like a PowerPoint presentation up, and, you would see the question there. Right. And then some of the options that you can do for this are, I ask a question and then we do a buzzer app, right? Your phone is a buzzer app, right? Excuse me, one moment. I just need to just... Sorry about that. I just had to do some violent sneezing. So something with like Zoom, it would be, I'll start again. It's like that. It's like, oh, here's a question. So the question is, just a regular trivia question. What does the E stand for in Chuck E. Cheese? And so that would stay up. So it could either be, you're in your teams, and then you buzz in with sort of a rapid fire buzzer thing, which, if you've come to the live shows, you've seen how that works live. It would be the same thing, or send you out to your breakout rooms, right? So you got a team of 5 or 6 people, send you out to a breakout room with your teammates, and you talk it over. You chat it over, or you talk it over, right? Like you're speaking to each other. So those are some of the options that I've got. I was thinking of some sort of combination of that, but I totally get you about like the in-person stuff. I much prefer in-person stuff as well. Unfortunately, I don't know. Honestly, I think a lot of bars in town, what they do now is they pay like a staff member $50 to look on Chat GPT and find 40 questions, or, hire someone like IQ 2000, who I don't think they pay their people enough. I don't know if they do or not. I shouldn't say that. So the one you tried had the breakout room thing. It was 5 years ago, so it's a bit fuzzy. Yeah. And things like I said, I do a lot of these, or I used to do a lot of these. And especially when it's like a specific format that involves like hitting that buzzer in person, that's great. But also like the sort of like aspect of you and your friends are talking. So yeah, I'm going to give that a shot. I hope, see if people like that. Like I said, if I can get 20 people, that's like 4 teams of 5, right? And, I'll do a couple trial runs, see how how it would work best. Cause obviously I'm not going to do just the same thing that I do with the corporate trivia stuff, because I want to make it my own, which also means it's going to have a significant amount of comedy in it. I'll say that. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah. I really want to try that out, and also make that part of the Patreon thing too. And say like, if you subscribe at this level, you get the Zoom link every month to the monthly show. And then for other tiers, that's just buy a ticket, for Zoom link. So that's what I'm looking at right now, for that side of things. Also with the Patreon stuff, I'm hoping enough people I'm hoping word will spread, basically. Let's see if I can get to what I was writing about with my Patreon. There we go. All right. So some of the other ideas, obviously, writing stuff like that, movie reviews, so say like these are the prices that I have right now. They can always change. So tier 0, that's the free one, where you get access to regular podcast episodes. Cause I'm recording an episode of podcast very soon. We're gonna launch that podcast. You get, obviously this is just hey, cool. Find out when I make stuff, right? Access to regular podcast episodes, regular writings, and, some occasional like promo stuff, bonus stuff. Say the $5 level, you get all that. And then you get like, maybe some bonus podcast episodes, maybe extended ones, early access to any dumb videos I make. And then the next level up is like 15, and 15 is all that plus, the occasional from the vault archival treat, occasional like extra bonus video, and a weekly riff. So that's the one I was telling you about where I was like, you take an episode of a TV show, you cut it in 4, and then you release it one sort of 12 to 15 minute video at a time once a week. And then the second last tier is 25 minutes, all that plus the free trivia, plus the Zoom link to the trivia. And then, of course, the tier 500, which is $500 a month. You will be an official executive producer in name only. Congratulations. You'll be led into the best parties now. Getting led into parties is not guaranteed. That's what I mean. That means nothing. That's just, look, if 5 people want to do that, that's fine. So I'm going to try that. I can start that. Might come to nothing. Who knows? You know, might be a nice way to get some more comedy. I don't know. I'm still trying to make it up as I go along, folks. That's what I'm that's what I'm looking at doing. So those are my thoughts. Like I said, this is just a brainstorm right now. I'm sort of putting it together. And obviously I know it's going to start very, 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 very slowly. Yeah, but hopefully it'll build. Who knows? I'll give it a try. I like making stuff, and I want to make more stuff. Yeah, I think that's all that's going on with me this week. I think I'm. Yeah, we did we also watched Police Story 3, Super Cop, with Jackie Chan and Michelle Yeoh, and that is just a very intense film. I don't know if any of you have seen it. I recommend it. If you like Jackie Chan films, it's one of those. There's not much up me this week. We went through some of the stuff that was up me, including the Photoshop problem, the donuts at Cream Pony, the chicken sandwich, the donut chicken sandwich I didn't order, the beer, the Bob Mortimer, and pilot error. That was, it's a pretty full week, I would like to think. It's nice out. I'm going to try to get out again this weekend. Maybe not for anything super exciting, but, I got to, get the promo going for the April 9th thing. The pilot error, which of course is on showpass.com/pilot error is the ticket link. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, so that's what's going on over here. Nothing else super exciting. I sort of got my head down writing, and I think I'm unstuffed up enough to continue to be able to record things. Let's see if I can find I thought I had downloaded it. Let's see. I'll see if I can find a little hint, a couple out of context riffs that I'm writing for 2 different things. They're very bad jokes. Here we go. There it is. There we go. There's this one that I'm writing for something. There is an episode of a TV show that has Evel Knievel in it. I'm wondering if it's good enough to riff. So I just, did a little brainstorm, and that showed up as an idea. Remember, kids, it's not Adam and Evel Knievel. Remember, kids, it's Adam and Evel Knievel, not Adam and Stevel Knievel. That's a satire. And of course, this one here, I don't know why it says 2 months ago. Oh, because I wrote this riff 2 months ago, but I haven't recorded it yet. There it is. He's only one man, but he kicks like 100. Because that is, you'll see from Buck Rogers. All right, folks, I should get to work. I want to finish recording this and filming the stuff and putting it together and have as much stuff as I can ready for when the Patreon thing launches. If anybody is ever going to notice it in the sea of Patreonic things. Also, I think the caffeine's wearing off. And I should grab an allergy pill. All right, folks. If you haven't already, give that Discord a checking out. There's been some fun stuff posted on there today already. A couple of songs, a couple of things of that nature. I'm hoping that even though we're on YouTube, we can build that following. I should try just going back on Twitch for like one thing and see if I get like got again. Maybe that's the best thing to do, is to try that. I don't know. We'll see what happens there. And before that, we don't have the Patreon up right now, but in the meantime, folks, if you're in a position to help the channel grow, you can do so at coffee.com/Eric Fell. And a big thank you to those who already do. It helps me make things like this, as well as eat and pay rent, which is also fun. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope you're having a great week. I'll be on the Discord. I'll be kicking around. And we will see you in the future. Oh, wait. Maybe the AI decided that Eric Fell was bullying because it's implying that I fell over. Here's what it is. They're like, you know what? We don't like gravity. Gravity is part of the woke virus. That's what it is. All right, folks. See you in the future. Have a good one.